Did it ever cross your mind to question the genuine intention behind someone's seemingly kind words or actions? Have you ever had a gut feeling that something seemed off, even when there were smiles all around and words that sounded right? Well, this video is for you. Welcome to our new video where we explore Stoicism, an ancient philosophy acclaimed for its timeless wisdom and practical insights into human behavior. Today, we're going to delve even deeper and apply key Stoic principles to unveil unexpected insights on envy and falsehood. Imagine if Stoicism could provide us a roadmap to decipher truth from deception. How informed would we be by identifying sulking envy or clever deceit hiding beneath layers of pretense? It's fascinating how this age-old philosophy can guide us in today's intricate social landscapes. So get ready as we embark together on an insightful journey exploring 15 different ways Stoic philosophy can help us sharpen our instincts against such encounters. We will learn how not just any lenses, but lenses of truth derived from Stoicism can empower us in everyday interactions. In the next minutes, let's prepare ourselves because, as they say, the truth is about to set us free. Are you ready for this enlightening ride ahead? This marks the beginning of a transformative deep dive into unveiling truths hidden by skillful displays of envy and falsehood. Let's get started. Number 1. Understanding the roots of envy and falsehood. Envy and falsehood. Two threads woven deeply into our societal fabric, often hard to spot, but tremendously impactful. Stoicism, a philosophy rooted in understanding human nature and motives, holds valuable insights. Envy, according to Stoicism, emanates from discontentment with one's current state and a desire to have what another possesses. It's not just about material wealth, but extends to aspects like popularity, talent, or anything else perceived as valuable. However, the modern Stoic perspective teaches us that true content lies in appreciating our own virtues rather than pursuing external possessions or validation. Falsehood signals the absence of truth, which could be intentional deceit or unintended ignorance. Stoically speaking, it stems from fear of consequence, judgment, or perhaps vulnerability. Conversely, though, embracing discomforting truths fosters genuine relations and trustworthiness. Understanding these roots is key, but confrontation isn't always advised. Instead, Stoics suggest focused introspection towards self-improvement while fostering empathy for others' insecurities that breed such behaviors. This Stoic perspective makes one savvy yet sensitive, an art worth learning in today's world. Number 2. Early signs of an envious behavior. Detecting envy early can help navigate relationships more effectively. Stoicism, with its grounded insights about human behavior, provides useful clues in spotting envy. An underlying sign of envious behavior, identified by modern Stoicism, is excessive flattery or criticism concerning another's achievements. It may stem from an inability to appreciate others' success and a desire to elevate one's status. Repetitive comparison is another indication. Constantly measuring oneself against others shows discontent with personal progress. Alternatively, someone dismissing or minimizing your accomplishments might be begrudging your success due to masked insecurities. This reaction often reflects a focus on societal approval rather than self-growth, contrary to Stoic values of individual virtue over external validation. Lastly, intense preoccupation with high achievers could signal veiled envy. Incessant gossip or overly critical remarks about successful people highlight dissatisfaction and residual jealousy. The Stoic lens encourages self-awareness and empathy rather than judgment. Understanding that these signs stem from personal unhappiness can foster compassion while steering clear of negativity induced by such behaviors. Number 3. The power of observation, learning to read body language. Harnessing the power of observation in reading body language is a tangible skill honed when applying Stoicism's wisdom. Stoics profess that understanding others starts within, grounding ourselves with an unclouded mind and detached judgment. It enables one to decode non-verbal cues such as crossed arms, signifying discomfort, or an animated smile revealing genuine joy. This practice is a testament to Epictetus's words. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. Observing actively, not passively, encourages paying unrushed attention to minor details, offering essential cues about emotions and intentions. Stoic philosophy also reminds us of the imperfections in human behavior. A clenched jaw may indicate stress, but could also be a simple physiological response with no psychological undertones. Recognizing this complexity encourages humility in reading body language, prevents incorrect assumptions despite skillful observation. The practice embodies Marcus Aurelius's belief that everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Observation should serve as silent engagement with individuals' actions rather than final judgment on their character or motives. Number 4. Characteristic traits of false pretenses. In encounters. Stoicism, a philosophy that champions self-control and fortitude as a means to overcome destructive emotions, provides potent insights into recognizing characteristic traits of false pretenses in encounters. Stoics teach us about right reason, encouraging us to perceive things objectively. False pretense often manifests itself through excess flattery, using lofty compliments to manipulate one's perception or achieve an ulterior motive. Yet we should remember Seneca's words, "True praise is restrained by the measure of true virtue." Another trait includes inconsistency in behavior or stories. Here, Epictetus's advice rings clear: be consistent and harmonious in your thoughts. Stoics value authenticity over deceit. Also noting any hesitation during conversations can indicate falsehood, a trait contrary to Aurelius's emphasis on straightforward communication. Lastly, observing insincere emotion, created emotions designed for certain calculated reactions, may reveal falsehoods lurking beneath the surface. The goal should not be absolute certainty in detecting false pretenses, but rather developing judgment tempered with equanimity towards human flaws. Ultimately, through Stoic wisdom, we learn that while deception impacts external interactions, understanding our moral compass remains untouched within. Number 5. Recognizing passive-aggressive behavior as a sign of hidden envy. From a Stoic perspective, recognizing passive-aggressive behavior as a sign of hidden envy provides an opportunity for self-reflection and growth. Stoicism emphasizes understanding our emotions, taking control of how we react to others' behaviors. Passive aggression often manifests as disguised hostility or subtle insults coming from an underlying feeling of envy. It may emerge as procrastination, stubbornness, the silent treatment, or thinly veiled sarcasm. Yet in following Epictetus's teachings, we should always be asking ourselves, is this something that is or is not in my control? Remember, you only control your response to such stimuli. Often, passive aggression signifies individual struggles with comparison and dissatisfaction. What Seneca identified as destructive aspects of human behavior stemming from misplaced desires and misunderstandings about what truly matters. The key lies in maintaining equanimity when navigating these muddy waters, not allowing another's emotions to dictate ours. This recognition process therefore cultivates emotional intelligence, finding empowerment through understanding, further embodying Marcus Aurelius's belief: you have power over your mind, not outside events. Number 6. Identifying red flags. Early on with confidence. Early detection of red flags can be a determining factor in avoiding future distress. Stoics teach us to adopt rational thinking and to detach ourselves from the influence of external occurrences. Red flags, indications that something is not quite right, may present themselves in various ways: inconsistencies, lack of respect, or even unjust behavior. When noted early on, they save us unnecessary disturbances down the line. Following Epictetus's guidance to discern what's within our control and what isn't encourages us not to ignore these signals or attempt changing someone, but rather validate these signs rationally. It is integral not to jump into conclusions hastily due to Marcus Aurelius's belief in everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. A measured approach through investigation before forming a judgment demonstrates Stoic wisdom. Ultimately, Stoicism promotes confidence as an expression of understanding oneself better by dealing with internal struggles using reason. It edifies resilience through practicing acceptance over avoidance, thus fostering better decision-making amidst life's uncertainties. Number 7. Victim mentality, a common tool used in deception. The Stoic philosophy reminds us that we have the power to control our perceptions and reactions to life. This includes addressing the concept of victim mentality, a psychological phenomenon where one blames external factors for personal failures or portrays themselves as a victim to manipulate others. Epictetus's teachings emphasize recognizing what we can control, our thoughts and actions, instead of blaming circumstances, which decreases self-accountability. Stoics argue against falling into this deception, calling for strict discernment on how we perceive ourselves and react to situations. Marcus Aurelius asserted, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking." Stoics believe in drawing on inner strength and resilience, shunning victimhood because it dismisses personal responsibilities. Seneca further elucidates victim mentality as unnecessary suffering brought by unfounded fears or self-pity. He believed that such an attitude hinders growth instead of providing solace. Conclusively, from a Stoic view, embracing responsibility for our fate while rejecting deceptive mental traps promotes true independence. Number 8. Detecting double standards, an indication of strong envy or ulterior motives. According to Stoic philosophy, the presence of double standards can signify an imbalance in one's rational principles, a manifestation of strong envy or cunning motives. Epictetus emphasized that man's ultimate power lies in recognizing his freedom to react morally and rationally while discouraging hypocrisy. Applying this principle implies not adhering to varying ethical yardsticks, but instead maintaining consistency in judgment. Marcus Aurelius's reflections encourage honest introspection, advising us to monitor our actions regularly for inner harmony. If a person acting under double standards illustrates envy or ulterior motives, it goes against preserving one's integral nature that Stoicism ardently advocates. Seneca counseled that the greatest good resides within us, advocating the belief that having consistency in behaviors and expectations cultivates honorable characteristics while reducing base feelings such as envy. Embedding these principles is crucial for self-transformation and discerning manipulative tendencies hidden behind dual standards around you. In Stoic view then, double standards symbolize failure of personal integrity, consistency, and propelling such conduct feeds into inappropriate desires against Stoic virtues like wisdom and justice. Number 9. Interaction patterns, a window into a person's true intentions. Stoicism encourages viewing interaction patterns as a reflection of an individual's core motives. Decoding these patterns provides insights into someone's character, intentions, and values, elements fundamental to their decision-making process. Epictetus teaches us that actions are more potent than words. Observing repeated behavior and interactions in various situations offer substantial clues about one's intentions, if they reveal persistently consistent or inconsistently fluctuating morals. Marcus Aurelius believed in an inner citadel, a person's true self, which speaks volumes about their nature. Interaction patterns expose this citadel, serving as practical indicators identifying if someone is genuine or manipulative. As Seneca mentioned, a gem cannot be polished without friction, meaning we truly understand and reveal our principles under challenging social interactions. Stoic perspective urges us to analyze not just what is being communicated, but how it's done, deciphering concealed motivations and gauging personal integrity. In essence, then, according to Stoicism, observing interaction trends offers invaluable insight into human behavior, facilitating prudent judgment about others' actual integrity and conceivably veiled goals. Number 10. Stoic principle on possession and loss. Insights into envying circles. Epictetus, one of the most significant figures in Stoic philosophy, constantly maintained that we do not truly own anything in this life. We are mere custodians of worldly possessions for a brief period, which can be taken away at nature's whim. This perspective helps us address envy, often stemming from craving others' assets, by realizing their temporary nature. Marcus Aurelius reinforced this concept, acknowledging that everything we possess comes from the universe and will return there. Valuing possessions leads to fear of loss, while disregarding them reduces envy. According to Seneca, wealth doesn't define a person or determine happiness. By detaching our sense of contentment from physical belongings, we become immune to the harmful circle of envy. The Stoic approach thus guides us towards an attitude where material belongings are only borrowed, and enrichments come instead from virtues like wisdom and integrity. The fear of loss diminishes, as does desire for what others have, breaking shackles of envying patterns arising out of overly treasuring our possessions. Number 11. The art of evasion and denial. Catching up on relentless liars. Cryptic games. The art of evasion and denial forms the core mechanism in the cryptic games played by relentless liars. These tactics, calculatedly deployed, manipulate reality, creating illusions that distort truth. However, through the Stoic lens, this perplexing web of deceit is viewed not as an emotional turmoil, but as trials to be surmounted with resilience. Central to modern Stoicism is virtue, a guiding beacon that illuminates even amidst manipulative diversions. Deception underlies an opportunity for growth rather than representing a personal assault. It remarkably transforms misinformation from being a threat into an enlightening tool, geared less towards blaming deceivers and more about empowering oneself against such cunning stratagems. Knowledge stands as a powerful armor, providing immunity against manipulation while fostering discernment. Embedded in this philosophy lies the potential to remain unfazed by elusive truths and debunk intricate lies, methodically challenging one's intellectual capacity, presenting serenity amidst chaos. The Stoics' path hence evolves not just into understanding evasion and denial, but in mastering their recognition. Number 12. Applying the concept of virtue is enough against regular jealous outbursts. The philosophy of Stoicism teaches us that virtue is enough for a good and fulfilling life. This lesson is particularly effective when confronted with jealousy, a destructive emotion often leading one astray. Stoicism urges us to focus only on what we can control. In instances of jealousy, this means maintaining our composure and moral integrity rather than obsessing over someone else's possessions or accomplishments. Jealous outbursts disrupt our inner peace and lead us to make impulse decisions. They blind us from realizing our own blessings. Recognizing this reality steers the Stoic away from negativity. Embracing the Stoic notion that virtue is sufficient fosters an environment wherein contentment thrives while banishing feelings of inadequacy. It encourages self-growth instead of comparison. It promotes gratitude rather than resentfulness. We learn to view others' successes not as threats, but as motivation for self-improvement through ethical means. Through moderation, fairness, courage, and wisdom, integral pillars of Stoic virtues, we cultivate resilience against jealousy's negative influence while nurturing a tranquil mind space, irrespective of external circumstances. Number 13. Distinguishing between constructive criticism and negative commentary. In the vast sea of feedback, the modern Stoic perspective helps us navigate through constructive criticism and negative commentary. Constructive criticism, armed with practical insights aimed at self-improvement, is seen by Stoics as an opportunity for growth. They encourage us to maintain objectivity when deciphering such feedback. Negative commentary offers less value as it tends to undermine rather than uplift. Often emotionally charged, these critiques might lack actionable solutions or be influenced by personal bias, more of a reflection of the critic's state of mind. Stoicism prompts introspection owing to such input without causing emotional turbulence. Reacting impulsively to criticism can lead us off a moral path. Stoicism helps safeguard against this deviation by teaching equanimity even in adverse scenarios. By distinguishing between these two forms of feedback and taking what is truly beneficial from each interaction, we avow control over our emotions and actions, a key tenet in Stoic philosophy. Thus, they reinforce the practice of viewing both praise and censure as indifferent, while focusing on continual moral progress. Number 14. Spotting inconsistencies. When words don't match actions. From a modern Stoic perspective, inconsistencies seen when words fail to align with actions can serve as a powerful personal development tool. As observers, Stoicism teaches us the wisdom of discernment. Nurturing perception helps identify such inconsistencies, but also cautions against hasty judgment. Before reacting, the practice advises introspection and empathy, since circumstances are often far more complex than they initially appear. Assumptions based on our limited understanding may lead to unjust misinterpretation and subsequently unnecessary turmoil. When looking inwardly at our own discrepancies between speech and action, Stoicism offers an opportunity for self-improvement. Incoherencies are signs your beliefs and practices vary. This provides room for growth towards consistency in thoughts and deeds, which fortifies integrity. Using virtues as their compass, reasonableness, justice, courage, and moderation, followers of the Stoic philosophy maintain inner balance during such situations. They welcome these trials with open arms because challenges are but lessons in disguise that promise incremental growth on one's journey to moral betterment, ultimately fostering resilience while navigating life's multifaceted complexities. Number 15. Accepting the imperfections. How Stoicism helps identify truth amidst falsehood. In the realm of modern Stoicism, accepting imperfections becomes a natural process, an insightful instrument in discerning truth amidst falsehood. The philosophy emphasizes the significance of seeking understanding and wisdom over immediate judgment and rejection. Recognizing that absolute truth may sometimes be shrouded by human flaws and inconsistencies gives way for rational analysis versus quick dismissal. This acceptance guides us to uncover deeper truths hidden beneath surface-level imperfections. It encourages critical thinking, knowledge gleaned not just from perceived perfection, but also through inevitable human error. Stoics believe that life itself is an ongoing classroom. Every encounter presents an opportunity for learning, growth, and finding bits of truth, even amongst complexities. In line with Stoic principles such as wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, embracing each experience fosters resilience while enlightening us about the profound mysteries of existence. By adopting this Stoic mindset toward imperfection, we learn to shift our focus from identifying errors to investigating what truths they might indeed reveal, transforming perceived flaws into stepping stones towards enlightenment. As we draw our exploration to a close, it's important to remind ourselves that Stoicism doesn't just illuminate the path towards enlightenment, but also empowers us in navigating complex human relationships. It provides us with practical tools that help spot envy and falsehood by fostering discernment rather than judgment. These 15 ways offer valuable insights, which aids you to recognize these signs subtly embedded in people's actions, words, and attitudes. But remember, these are not tools for condemnation, but for understanding, keeping judgment at bay while opening the corridors of empathy. By accepting imperfections and inconsistencies as part of life's inherent fabric, Stoicism aids us in turning potential negativity into opportunities for growth and even connection. And now it falls on your capable shoulders. With this guidance rooted in modern Stoicism, set out on your journey of personal development. Spot envy and falsehood, negativity, not just within others, but also within yourself, then squaring up with courage to transform it into fuel for enlightenment. On this platform, Strength Within, we passionately believe in providing resources and insights that fortify internal resilience, aiming to inspire strength from within oneself. If you found value in today's topic, Stoic Philosophy, Spotting Envy and Falsehood, consider subscribing and sharing our channel with like-minded explorers who seek better understanding of self and relationships. For more poignant conversations on modern Stoicism, behavioral patterns or psychological nuances molded through virtues like wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, stay connected. Remember, every video brings fresh perspectives aiding education about leading a balanced life. You're on a path of daily self-improvement, so make sure you don't miss any guiding steps. Strength Within, your source of strength lies deep within. Let's unravel them together, one simple philosophy at a time. Until then, stay curious, stay enlightened,